Hello, Business360. This is Shailesh Hazela. I represent Stellantis in India as MD and CEO. So Nepal is very price sensitive country, and Stellantis always leverage local sourcing and simplified design for customers so that we can keep the cost down. Our C3 is developed, designed, manufactured and supplied to all part of India and Nepal at a very competitive price with 95% localized, and that brings the cost down. And its sibling, which is EC3, is also coming on the same one, where the Indian needs or country like Nepal, where people are very cost conscious, all those have been factored in the design itself, and with localization we have been able to achieve the lowest cost. Comfort is a very subjective element. Stellantis, and especially the Citroen brand, is known for suspension because we pioneered the suspension back in 1940s. When you use the suspension in a right way, you don't feel the road. When I say you don't feel the road, you don't feel the pothole. You don't feel the terrain. Driver always remains at ease, which improves the alertness, which reduce the body strain, and that improves the safety. And more importantly, it is in country like Nepal or India, where the intercity travel for the car's driver is also long hours. This reduces the strain on body and it improves the health of the driver. This is why we need to look at comfort in this way and not as luxury. To us, it is the must-have in Citroen brand. Nepal is very rich when it comes to energy, and energy coming from hydropower available at very affordable and cheap rate. Nepal is very sensitive when it comes to ecosystem. Traffic on the road and the noise pollution, they also wants to have it reduced. This makes a perfect environment for EV adoption. The only thing which is a government support in terms of policies, which I would say in last 2 years, Nepalese government has done a tremendous work in subsidizing EV and making it more and more reachable to customer. I don't see that the charging infrastructure is scarce. It is available everywhere and it has become part of everybody's life. And this is, I would say, a credit goes to the government of Nepal. This is where Leap Motor comes in, because Leap Motor's origination is from the EV, sustainable material, as well as tech. And this is what Nepalese people love. They love tech, they love futuristic things, and they like to see Leap Motors is the perfect offer for Nepal and its people here. I would start first with technology. Leap Motors is a tech company, and tech company which starts with safety. It's the car which is Euro NCAP 5-star rating. It uses the material which is, I would say, submarine class of material. It is using the chipset which is the Snapdragon latest one. It uses all the sustainable material which is really sustainable, where the seats are made of material, even if a child chew it, nothing will happen. And these are the things, and there are many more things which are there in this. And important is how to make it affordable, and that's where the Leap technology comes in play. And we have been able to design and continuously upgrade our cars in Leap Motors with the latest technology. Manufacturing cost of ICE is always better than EV because of the battery material, etc. It depends. One is there are a couple of factors which makes ICE and EV a cost competitive or comparable cost. The first factor is government policy. Now, especially in Nepal, where the taxes on the EV are much lower than the ICE, so that's the first factor. So customer doesn't feel the pain. If they want to have ICE versus EV, there would be natural movement towards the EV. Second is the affordability in terms of running cost. The running cost per kilometer is hardly anything. And then third more important thing is the maintenance cost, because in EV there is nothing to maintain. You just plug in, you just have a software and it takes care of everything. So these are the perfect example, and I would say over a 5 to 10 years these costs are ironed out. EV becomes the more popular choice given all these factors. Very good question. I think say rural and semi-urban, the first factor for them to adopt any car is reliable and the low cost, because they are not the first one to experiment versus urban are the first adopter. They would love to take few new things and try it out versus a rural who would like to adopt only the tried and tested product, because for them reliability is the first one. They would also like to see that how it is factoring in terms of serviceability in their region, and obviously the total cost of ownership, which includes initial cost, running cost, maintenance cost. Another factor is the comfort, which I talked about, that rural people are subjected to many terrains day-to-day basis. They are not the one who only experiment in nice smooth road, and this is where the comfort, the total cost of ownership becomes the driver for them to adopt and be a pride owner for these kind of vehicles. And that is where I would say it is going to be gradual movement from urban to semi-urban to rural. But Leap Motors stand right there because it is affordable, it is reliable, and it is the total cost of ownership is very low. For years, Nepal and India have been working together on many of the projects, which is infrastructure, especially on the large infrastructure project. And we do leverage each other's strength and built on it. Range anxiety when it comes to EV, it is more in India than in Nepal. And this is where there would be learning certainly will taken by EV infrastructure manufacturer and policy maker when it comes to India. So I would give high respect to people in Nepal and the government that they have been able to set up EV infrastructure where customer doesn't have range anxiety. Stellantis is committed to Nepal, while we would like to have a consistency in policy. That's the first and foremost. We would like to see how policies are sustained so that we can take the right decision, which includes not only the duty, the infrastructure, but also the customer-facing scheme like financing schemes, etc. So the more it is to customer, the more it is for the investor. We would certainly be there, and we commit our plans for Nepal through our Shangri-La Motors, which is already here, and that's why we are here today to inaugurate our Stellantis brand house, a newly constructed. So we are all honored to be part of that event. We started our journey with Peugeot, then we added Citroën, then we added Leap Motors. And we keep adding product, and the product and brand which matches the essence of the brand and need of the customer. Anything which is in future will continue to collaborate with them and continue to bring right product for the right customer segment and make them our channel partner for customers in Nepal.